Have you ever caught a faint, lingering odor, like urine, that seems to follow you no matter how diligently you shower or how often you freshen up? If you're over 60, you might be surprised to learn that this is a common challenge for many women. It's not something we openly discuss, but it's far more prevalent than you might think. Often this issue stems from simple, everyday hygiene habits we don't realize are working against us. You're not alone, and there's no need to feel ashamed. In this guide, I'm going to walk you through 7 common mistakes that could be undermining your confidence and leaving you feeling less than fresh. I'll also share doctor-recommended solutions to help you stay clean, comfortable, and confident in your golden years. Stick with me until the end for practical, life-changing insights you'll wish you'd known sooner. Before we dive in, I'd love for you to engage with this content. If you find these tips helpful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're with me. If something doesn't resonate, comment 0 so I can improve for you next time. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss any future advice tailored for seniors. Now let's get started on reclaiming your confidence and freshness. One of the most common yet rarely discussed issues for women over 60 is light bladder leakage. It's not the kind of topic you bring up at a book club or over tea with friends, but it's far more widespread than we're led to believe. I'm not talking about major accidents that send you rushing to the bathroom in a panic. I mean those small, unexpected leaks that happen when you laugh a bit too heartily at a friend's story, sneeze during spring allergy season, or lift a heavy grocery bag. For years, I dismissed these moments as rare flukes. It's just because I drank too much coffee, I'd tell myself, or it's a one-time thing. But as time passed, those little leaks became more frequent, and I started noticing something unsettling. A faint, persistent odor that lingered no matter how clean I thought I was. At first, I blamed everything but the real culprit. I switched laundry detergents, convinced the scent was coming from my clothes. I even wondered if my favorite armchair was the problem. It wasn't until I had an honest conversation with my doctor that I realized the issue was tied to those small leaks. Even a tiny amount of urine can settle into your underwear, pants, or even furniture if you're not careful. Like many of us, I used to hang my clothes back in the closet or drape them over a chair, thinking, these are fine for another day. But that's where the trouble begins. That small bit of moisture creates a perfect environment for bacteria to grow, and bacteria leads to odor. As we age, our sense of smell can weaken, so we might not even notice the issue, but those around us might. I'll never forget a moment at a family barbecue when my son gently pulled me aside and suggested I change my cardigan because it smelled like the couch. I was mortified, but it was a wake-up call. Light bladder leakage isn't just an inconvenience, it's a hygiene issue that can erode your confidence if left unaddressed. The good news? There are simple, discreet solutions that don't require a complete lifestyle overhaul. Moisture-wicking underwear designed for light leaks or thin incontinence liners can be absolute game-changers. They're comfortable, blend seamlessly into your wardrobe, and give you peace of mind. I started using liners, and it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. No more worrying about a faint smell when I hugged a friend or sat through a long lunch. Let's talk about the embarrassment factor for a moment, because I know it's real. Admitting you need these products can feel daunting, but the real embarrassment comes when others notice an odor you're unaware of. I wish someone had told me years ago, this is normal and there's an easy fix. So I'm telling you now, don't ignore those little leaks. Protect your hygiene, your dignity, and your confidence with the right tools. You deserve to feel fresh and carefree. For decades, I believed the key to staying fresh was using the strongest, most fragrant soap I could find. My bathroom was a showcase of colorful body washes, Lavender Dream, Coconut Escape, Fresh Ocean Breeze. My logic was straightforward. If it smells powerful and leaves my skin squeaky clean, it must be doing the job, right? Oh, how mistaken I was. It took years to realize that those heavily perfumed soaps were actually making things worse, especially as I aged. As we get older, our skin undergoes significant changes. It becomes thinner, drier, and more sensitive, particularly in intimate areas. After menopause, the hormonal shifts can make these areas even more delicate. Those harsh, fragrance-heavy soaps I loved were stripping away my skin's natural protective oils, leaving it irritated and prone to bacterial growth. The result? A persistent, musty odor that would creep in by midday, no matter how thoroughly I showered. I'd stand in front of the mirror, fresh from a shower, only to catch a whiff of something off a few hours later. It was frustrating and confusing. I thought I was doing everything right. A candid conversation with my gynecologist changed my perspective. She explained that aging skin, especially in sensitive areas, needs gentle care, not a chemical assault from perfumed soaps. Her advice was simple but transformative. Switch to a mild, unscented soap, or in some cases, just warm water. I was skeptical at first. Warm water? How could that possibly keep me clean? But I decided to give it a try. I swapped my floral-scented body wash for a fragrance-free, hypoallergenic cleanser designed for sensitive skin. Within days, I noticed a difference. My skin felt calmer, less irritated, and that lingering musty smell was gone. I no longer needed to reapply perfume or freshen up multiple times a day. This experience taught me that sometimes less is more. Harsh soaps disrupt your skin's pH balance, creating an environment where bacteria thrive. By switching to gentler products, you allow your body to maintain its natural defenses. If you're still reaching for those strongly scented soaps, take it from me. Your skin will thank you for making the switch. Look for products labeled hypoallergenic or fragrance-free, and consider consulting your doctor for recommendations tailored to your needs. It's a small change that can make a big difference in your comfort and confidence. If you're finding these tips helpful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're still with me. Your feedback means the world. If you use liners or pads, whether for light bladder leakage, post-menopausal changes, or just for extra comfort, this tip is for you. I used to pop a liner in my underwear in the morning and forget about it for the rest of the day. My reasoning? If it didn't feel soaked, it was still good to go. Plus, those products aren't cheap, and I didn't want to go through a pack in a week. But here's what I didn't realize. Even if a liner feels dry, it's still absorbing small amounts of moisture throughout the day. That warm, moist environment is a breeding ground for bacteria, which leads to odors that build up gradually but noticeably. I started noticing a faint, sour smell by evening, especially on busy days when I was out running errands or socializing with friends. It made me self-conscious, constantly checking my clothes or wondering if my deodorant was failing me. It wasn't until I spoke with my doctor that I learned the truth. Liners and pads need to be changed every few hours, even if they don't seem full. Bacteria don't care if the liner looks clean. They thrive in that hidden moisture. Ignoring this can lead to skin irritation and persistent odors that undermine your confidence. Making the switch to a more regular changing routine was a revelation. I also discovered reusable, washable liners, which are gentler on my skin and easier on my wallet. I started carrying a small pouch with a few extras in my purse so I could change discreetly during the day, whether at a coffee shop or a family event. The difference was remarkable. No more sour scent. No more second-guessing myself in social situations. If you're wearing the same liner from morning to night, it's time to rethink that habit. Your skin deserves better, and you'll feel fresher and more confident when you prioritize hygiene over convenience. For years, my underwear drawer was filled with soft, stretchy synthetic panties from department stores. They were affordable, comfortable, and came in fun colors and patterns. I thought I'd found the perfect balance of style and function. But as I got older, I noticed that no matter how often I showered or changed, I felt damp and uncomfortable, especially on warmer days. Worse, there was a faint odor that seemed to cling to me, no matter how much body spray I used. I couldn't figure it out. Was it my detergent, my diet, or just aging? A visit to my doctor shed light on the issue. Synthetic underwear was the problem. Fabrics like polyester or nylon may feel soft and look stylish, but they're terrible for breathability. They trap heat and moisture against your skin, creating an environment where bacteria can thrive. This is especially problematic if you're dealing with light bladder leakage or post-menopausal changes like dryness or sensitivity. My doctor's advice was straightforward. Switch to 100% cotton underwear. I'll admit, I wasn't thrilled at first. Cotton underwear sounded plain and old-fashioned, like something my grandmother would wear. But I decided to give it a try. I cleared out my drawer and invested in a stack of cotton underwear in neutral colors. The difference was immediate. Cotton is naturally breathable, absorbing moisture and allowing air to circulate, which keeps everything dry and comfortable. No more sticky, damp feeling halfway through the day. My laundry stopped smelling strange, and I felt a renewed sense of confidence. I even found cotton underwear in modern, flattering styles. Proof that you don't have to sacrifice fashion for function. If you're still wearing synthetic panties because they're familiar or affordable, do yourself a favor and make the switch. Your skin, your nose, and your confidence will thank you. If you're still with me and finding these tips useful, please comment 2 below. Your engagement keeps me motivated. For years, I operated under a flawed assumption: drinking less water would reduce my need for bathroom breaks, sparing me the inconvenience and potential embarrassment of frequent trips. It seemed like a clever strategy, especially as I noticed occasional bladder sensitivity with age. Less water in, fewer urgent moments out. Or so I thought. But this approach was backfiring in ways I hadn't anticipated. Dehydration doesn't just make you thirsty, it affects how your body functions, including your hygiene. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes highly concentrated, turning darker and developing a sharp, pungent odor. This concentrated urine doesn't just stay in your bladder, it can leave a lingering smell if you experience even a small leak. I learned this the hard way. I'd chalked up a faint but persistent odor to aging, assuming it was just part of getting older. I felt self-conscious, avoiding close contact with others and constantly checking myself. The turning point came when I decided to experiment with drinking more water. Just a steady habit of sipping throughout the day. The change was remarkable. Within days, my urine became lighter, almost clear, and that sharp smell faded. My skin looked brighter, and I felt more energized. Drinking more water helps your kidneys flush out toxins, keeps your urinary system functioning smoothly, and prevents waste buildup. It's like giving your body a daily rinse. For those worried about bladder leaks, planning bathroom breaks, using absorbent liners, or practicing pelvic floor exercises can help you stay hydrated without stress. Denying your body water is like denying it oxygen. It's a necessity, not a luxury, so grab that extra glass of water. Your body will thank you. After retiring, I embraced a slower pace of life. I'd spend hours reading novels, watching my favorite shows, or working on jigsaw puzzles. Some days I'd stay in my cozy pajamas well past noon, enjoying the luxury of no schedule. But I didn't realize this sedentary lifestyle was creating a hygiene issue. When you sit for long periods, especially in warm clothing or on cushioned furniture, you create a warm, humid environment in your pelvic area. Sweat, skin oils, and minor leaks can accumulate, fostering bacteria and leading to odors that no amount of perfume can mask. I didn't notice it at first. It's easy to grow accustomed to gradual changes. But a comment from my granddaughter changed everything. During a visit, she climbed onto my lap and innocently said, "Grandma, you smell like wet clothes." My heart sank, but her honesty was a wake-up call. Now I make a point to break up long periods of sitting with short walks or stretches. I've also added a midday hygiene routine. A quick wash with warm water and a soft cloth takes just a minute but makes a huge difference. I change into fresh clothes daily, even if I'm staying home. These small changes have restored my confidence and self-respect. It's not about vanity, it's about caring for yourself with dignity. If you're finding these lessons helpful, please comment 3 below to let me know you're still with me. Thank you for your time. Let's talk about laundry, specifically the intimate items like underwear, lounge pants, and nightgowns. I used to be a bit lax in this area. If a pair of pants or a nightgown looked clean and didn't have an obvious smell, I'd wear it again. Why add to the laundry pile? But as I've aged, I've noticed that my clothes don't stay fresh as long as they used to. Even clean items started to carry a faint odor after a few hours. It wasn't until I overhauled my laundry routine that I realized how much my clothes were working against me. Bacteria from sweat, minor leaks, and skin oils can embed themselves in fabrics, especially synthetics like polyester or spandex, which trap moisture. Standard laundry cycles, especially with cold water, might not fully eliminate bacteria or odors. I started washing my intimate items separately in hot water, adding white vinegar to neutralize odors and kill bacteria. I ensure everything is fully dried, damp clothes are a recipe for mustiness, and I never re-wear these items without washing them first. The extra effort is worth it. There's a quiet confidence in knowing your clothes are truly clean and that you're presenting your best self. We've covered 7 key mistakes that can undermine your hygiene and confidence as you age, from ignoring light bladder leaks to neglecting your laundry routine. These simple changes, using liners, choosing gentle soaps, staying hydrated and more, can transform how you feel every day. I hope these insights empower you to take control of your hygiene and embrace your golden years with confidence. What's one tip you're excited to try? Share it in the comments below and let's inspire each other. If you found this guide helpful, please comment 1, like, share and subscribe for more advice tailored for seniors. Until next time, keep caring for yourself. You deserve to feel fresh, confident and dignified every day.